Hello, and thanks for joining us here at the 25th Hour. I'm Jasmine Law. Today, we're looking at stories from around this bustling and diverse city.
I'm Hayley Kirsh. From a new all-girl rock band taking the center stage, to tasty vegetables and love growing in a local greenhouse, and a South African storyteller sharing her culture with the city.
And I'm Marvin Joaquin. Here's a look at some of the coolest people and places Ottawa has to offer.
Finding a creative outlet can be tough, especially when you are living with a disability. A social hub called The Space is working to make it easier.
I'm Andrew Yuri. I'm 24 years old. My favorite part of the space is being creative.
Pretty cool, huh?
Yeah, I love this one.
Yep. And I got another one, my personal favorite, pizza and orange crush. Most of my favorite food and my favorite beverage.
Travel, computers, and...
When I go to the space, it helps me expand my learning capabilities. We've done tons of stuff like creating GIFs, working with Photoshop, learning different techniques.
Kirby and Samus with their black tag. I ruined your winning streak. Right. The space is a creative community hub, a community center, I guess a safe third space for adults with intellectual abilities to attend and connect, create, and just be themselves and express themselves and feel safe. We've developed a framework that's very applicable elsewhere, both in Ottawa and across Canada, because there is a huge demand for families desperate for resources and young adults looking for things to do. So you guys are each going to pick segments and showcases.
This could be awesome.
Yeah, definitely. So things that you're passionate about. It's easy to stereotype, but again, the way they learn, their intellectual ability is just one aspect of their personality.
For someone with Asperger's syndrome and a brain injury and with catastrophic brain trauma, it's really hard to make friends and it's very hard to find people to connect with. I always feel welcomed when I go to this space.
The diversity and the experience that these individuals have, I learn so much in a day just from talking and speaking with these adults, realizing that they are adults, and if you're an adult, you probably want to be talked to like an adult. Understanding that just because I do things one way doesn't mean that's the right way to do it. There's a plot, but also synopsis. So synopsis is like a short form for something.
I did wave for job and volunteer searching. Tried to find a job for 2 years, but unsuccessful.
Our members have struck out on their own for trying, and they want to create and connect like everyone else. And so we're hoping to address that need. We hope to foster their creativity and show them that these are things you can fill your time with. You can have a career, you can be an artist, you can have people appreciate your work. And so what you're doing on your own should be shared with the world at large.
Anyways, here's a GIF I made. Everyone there, the environment is so friendly. They treat me like one of them. Like they're not there for the money. They treat me as an individual, as someone who's special, and they take my needs into consideration.
The members keep us going. We love to not charge our members anything, so we rely a lot on the donations and the fundraising and art shows. And so more resources, we are a private enterprise right now, a company, but becoming a non-for-profit and looking at that and other funding options to be sustainable, but also accessible. Ensuring that this is a community initiative that's by the community for the community is huge for us.
Some want to build from the ground up. Others just want to blow the roof off. Lux is one of Ottawa's newest all-female rock bands. The four women always dreamed of making their own music, but learned that their voices were stronger together.
I'm Melinda. I'm Lindsay. I'm Justine. I'm Beth. And we are Lux.
My name is Lindsay. I sing and play guitar in Lux. We're a band that just recently formed. I sort of always had this idea of playing in a girl band, and it's taken years and years, but I found it's really awesome people to play music with through the Carleton Music Program. I play guitar and I sing. Elizabeth sings and plays keyboard and synth and also plays guitar. Melinda plays bass and sings, and Justine plays the drums and sings as well.
As much as it's all of our dreams, I think, to just like be in a band with a bunch of just awesome girls, like talented musicians. Like I know for Lindsay, like this is, this is her, like really a big part of her dream too. So.
I think that being in an all-female band is, I think it's really empowering because you don't see it as much as you see all male bands or even bands with just a female front. It's inspiring to see girls up playing music because you don't see it as much as you see.
And I think specifically too in like the music that we play, like we're not just like dreamy pop band, like we're doing like some harder stuff.
Yeah.
And I think it surprised a lot of people.
I like being able to sort of let everyone know the best I can without saying it, that they're doing a great job. Like Justine will do a drum fill that we hadn't heard before and it'll be super awesome, so we'll all just like look at her and let her know that it was really awesome. Or, like Melinda just riffs, harmonies, different harmonies, and they're awesome. So does Beth. And I mean, Beth's got super strong voice in the song that she brought to the group.
As we walk, something calls us. Little back in the floor. I wonder if we can make it through this blind.
We had a few months leading up to the show at Babylon opening for Tribe Royal, and through those few months, I think we kept just asking each other, like, how did this happen? Like, we felt so blessed and excited, and it was the biggest show that we'll have played so far, and I think it was slightly overwhelming just because it has happened so fast, and we're ultimately so grateful, and it was an amazing experience, and I think just like nervous and determined and excited to play it.
Downstairs in the basement, it's like cozy, it's tight, like we're all like pretty close together. And then you get to a place like Babylon where it's like big stage, large crowd of people. It's definitely intimidating.
For sure, yeah. I've never played a venue like that before.
When I'm on stage, I look around at them and I think like, holy crap, like we're up here and we're having so much fun doing what we love to do together. And we're making this, music together, and it's a group effort, and I think that's my favorite thing now, is just being on stage and seeing like my friends smiling up there playing music, because I know that that's where we want to be. We all want to be there. We've been working in the studio recently, so we're hoping to release some music soon, and just planning to play and record and get out on the scene as much as we can, and yeah.
From artists to activists, women across the city are fighting for justice and equality. Last year, 4 women organized Ottawa's first Women's March. And this year, thousands of people marched again in support and solidarity. This is the story of how the Women's March Sisterhood was born and changed lives in the process.
It's amazing how one decision can take you in an entirely different path in your life. I was born in a pretty small conservative town in rural Nova Scotia. Wasn't a lot of activism or forward thinking there, but there were enough influences on my life over the years that I think those things have stayed with me and for better have shaped who I am as a person and who I've become as an activist.
Throughout the years, Catherine had kept her activism low until one day in 2016.
After Trump got elected, I was in a state of shock and a switch went on. And I thought, I have to do something. I don't know what to do, but I have to do something. It was right about that time that I started hearing about the Women's March in Washington. First thing I thought, I remember saying to my partner, that's it, I'm going. Like, I'm out of here, I'm gone to Washington to do this. But then I started hearing about people that were talking through social media and different avenues that, well, can we do something here because I can't go? And I started to realize that there was probably enough momentum and enough folks that wanted to do something here that Washington wouldn't be an option for them.
Social media became a powerful tool for Catherine, enabling her to connect with other women who shared a similar vision of bringing the Women's March to Ottawa.
Amanda and I hooked up first via Facebook, and not too long after that, we'd heard about Terry. And then Yelu joined not long after that. And then we all managed to kind of come together like magnets around a common cause.
I just want to march. I didn't have any clue. I just want to be involved, to have like a sign to say, no, we don't want this anymore.
Maybe it's anger that brings them there. Maybe it's sadness and frustration. But you come together and you gain the knowledge and the understanding that there's so many other people that feel the same way that you do.
But organizing a march is not an easy task, proving it truly takes a village to make the vision of the Women's March in Ottawa a reality.
It was actually really quite terrifying. The night before, we were all exhausted. We were going on very little sleep, and we just kind of said, it will be what it will be. And we hoped for the best, and at the worst, we were just hoping we wouldn't be embarrassed.
What was originally an anticipated few dozen participants quickly became a crowd of thousands.
Yelu and Amanda and I were standing at the top of Laurier Street. It's kind of where Laurier kind of looks down towards Elgin, and all you could see was this sea of people and signs. We just looked at each other and went, holy shit.
I was very surprised. It was too much emotion on me. I'm like, oh my God, all those people, they're feeling something or they're going through something, and that's why they're marching.
A true hallmark of the movement for Catherine is its diversity, bringing together people from all walks of life who shared a common passion for marginalized people's causes.
I don't think marches in and of themselves change the world. What they do is make the world pay attention.
And while the Women's March is a global movement, the folks in Ottawa are shifting their focus to demanding change in Canada's capital.
In our own city, we've got problems that we need to work on. Why do we still only have 4 women on our city council? Why are women politicians still harassed? Why are women still being killed by their partners in this city? And I could go on and on and on.
But Catherine says there's one thing for sure. The voices of many have been amplified through the movement she helped bring to the capital. And that in itself is life-changing.
Becoming involved with the Women's March Ottawa group, it has changed my life. The women that I've met and the people that I've met through that movement have opened their lives and their stories to me. It felt like I had found a new tribe.
support in their community. Others turn to a furry friend for a helping paw. Bear, the border collie mix, is a rescue. He showed up on his owner's doorstep, dirty, overweight, and terrified. And now he's a new dog, ready to share his love with the rest of the world.
Bear, say hello. Hi, my name's Sarina, and this is my dog Bear, and he's in training to be a therapy dog. I got him just over a year ago as a rescue from a little bit of a bad situation. He's been a different dog ever since then. Hi. Okay, you can have your cookie. So I actually just saw a post on Facebook of a man offering up 2 dogs for $25. He said that he was moving and they needed to find a new home as of the next day or else type of situation. So I messaged this guy and he ended up coming and bringing Bear with him. He was very scared. He didn't know how to go up and down stairs. He had never seen toys. He was very badly abused. Every time you would pet him and you would just move your hand away for a second, he'd go ducking for cover thinking something bad was going to happen to him. So it's been a really great year of just progressing, building his trust with humans, with other dogs, and he's been amazing at it. No, come on. He can fly up and down the stairs now like a pro. And his outside behavior is amazing. He's come a long way walking on a leash and being comfortable around passing strangers and other dogs on the street. Come. Bear, come. Come. Good. Come here. Come here. Sit. Sit. Bear. Do you want this? Come here. Good boy. Sit. That's happy you're looking. Bear really helped me, and he has a lot of pent-up love that he has to give. So the first criteria that a therapy dog has to meet is to be able to sit on command. Bear, come. And sit. Good boy. The second thing they have to be able to do is to have food drop, say on a restaurant floor or something, without getting up to go get it. So Bear, wait, 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 wait. Good boy. The third thing your animal has to be able to do is to hear a loud noise or a noise distraction and not react to it. So once we get our certifications and paperwork in for Bear's training, we can start enrolling in courses like the St. John's and ambulance therapy dog course, and then we can be doing things like Blue and Shannon and helping in that way.
Who's that good boy? Oh, he's a good boy. Yes. Hi, my name's Shannon Noonan, and this is my dog Blue, and he's a therapy dog here at Carleton. Blue provides love and support to students. Once Sarina and Bear have been certified and established as a therapy team, they will be able to work with all types of different people. They'll be specifically trained to go to any certain placement that they choose and make a difference in the lives of people every day. So when I first got Blue, he came from Ottawa Dog Rescue, and he had been in a home where another dog was attacking him, and there were visible scars on him and everything. And you know, obviously he got out of that situation, and I was so happy and fortunate to have him. And we got certified as a therapy dog, and now he's doing such good work with students. So evidently you can teach an old dog new tricks.
So as for technical next steps, it's up to me to reach out to probably a locally based program and use his certifications to work with them. In 1 year, I hope to see Bear in, like I said, hospitals, classroom settings, with people helping other people just to feel comfortable. Whatever their needs are, I'm sure Bear can help them. He just has a lot of love to give. Say it. Say I love you.
If you want to see more of Bear and Blue, you can follow them on Instagram. For more information on the registration process, the Ottawa Therapy Dogs website is a good place to start. And if you want a furry friend of your own, lots of pets are looking for homes at the Ontario SPCA. From dog parks to greenhouses, love can grow in the most curious places. One farmer left her home in Mexico to brave the Ottawa cold. While the harvest might have drawn her in, it isn't the only thing keeping her in Canada.
Ice and snow cover the ground, but inside this greenhouse there is more warmth than winter.
I cannot have enough admiration for that man. He to me represents the best values of Canada. He's Canada to me.
Bob Mitchell and Carmen Perez run Suntech greenhouses together. And how did this cute couple meet?
Online. We all old people do that too, you know.
Carmen is from Mexico. After years of chatting online with Bob, she uprooted her life to join him here in Canada. It was unexpected, but not unwelcome.
You never know what life is gonna bring to you. I'm a psychologist. What am I doing here packing cucumbers? But I'm happy.
The two have been married for years. Just don't ask them when their anniversary is.
You have a date? I don't remember.
I don't remember the date. I do remember I was working, I hadn't cleaned up or anything, and we went up River Road to the
Lawyer's office.
lawyer's office. This was sponsoring you for immigration.
Yes.
And I was driving home and I realized with the papers we signed,
Because that was...
we were married.
Yes. That
Carmen and Bob have a lot of fun in their relationship. From eye-catching profile photos to greenhouse farming, their love story is filled with its quirks.
Let me show you. What do you like best? A or B?
Yes.
That's it. He doesn't respond straight answer. Like, okay, guess what? A or B?
Yes.
And the warmth of the greenhouse helps Carmen feel right at home.
So amazing to see ice outside, especially for me that I never had this amount of snow or even ice in my neighborhood. So it's so wonderful to see warm green and harvest in, and then you go out and it's like you have to go running because it's so cold.
When we started in '99, every plant in the place was beefsteak tomatoes.
But they don't only grow tomatoes anymore. It's cucumber harvesting season, in the middle of winter. And how do they grow their veggies all year round? They're pretty pink grow lights.
If it's a bit cloudy or foggy, the shine goes bigger. It's just beautiful.
The lights have attracted the attention of their neighbors in all directions.
That was an Air Canada pilot phoned us to confirm, is that your grow lights? Because from the sky, it is apparently it's gorgeous.
It is very pretty.
While the vegetables grow under the rose-colored lights, so does their romance.
A lot of respect, admiration for a very hard-working person.
And she's cute.
Even without a warm greenhouse, there are lots of ways to conquer the harsh Canadian climate. Colombian artist Claudia Salguero found one such way. Her art is colorful and rich, much like her country. But her latest pursuit translates her tropical style to a truly Canadian medium.
Yo me llamo cumbia, yo soy la reina por donde voy. No hay una cadera que se esté quieta donde yo estoy.
My name is Claudia Salguero, and I'm from Bogotá, Colombia.
De mi tambor y mis hombros son un par de maracas que besa el sol.
In Colombia, for a long time I was in love with wood, with wire, creating mobiles, creating things with ceramic, working with wood, even with paper. Anything that you can transform in your hands is something that inspires me. I kept this one because it's not just teamwork, but it's also, like especially being in Canada, is differences, right? Embracing difference and working together towards better lives, right, or better communities. I love creating, like thinking on different dimensions. I think this relates to the work that I'm doing here in ice and sculpture because it's the same thing. The Winterlude has every year one day in which they invite regular people to try the ice. So it's called, I guess, the Ice Carving Public Competition or Ice Carving Public Challenge. And maybe for me, the first time doing it alone, it was kind of difficult. So I saw my daughter, she was exactly 18 at that point. And I told her, you guess what? We are signed up for this contest, so we're going together. This contest started for 2.5 hours or 3 hours. So when we started, we didn't really know how to do it because it was the first time for both of us. But you are given a chisel and you are taught how to work on the ice with a chisel. And we started trying, and I think we're both good with hands and we're both as curious. So we decided to go ahead and do it. And since then, we didn't stop. We did it for 5 years in a row. And we won some contests, where other ones were second place, but I just fell in love with ice sculpting. And then I took some courses and I started doing it more often. If the ice is clear, it's just one long shot. It's like making a brush stroke, right? You're moving material away. So that is a beautiful feeling because you are creating something that is kind of there, but you have to clean it around. When you work with the chisels and the ice is clear, the feeling is beautiful. I certainly don't know how many women are doing ice or snow sculpture in Ottawa, but I haven't seen many. And from comments from people, well, they are kind of surprised always to see a woman working with a rough chainsaw and like hitting the ice and carrying the big stuff. When I say that I come from the tropic, it's even more surprising. I feel happy and I feel super cool anytime I have my chainsaw in my hands and I'm cutting. Right, and I see the piece falling from the piece of ice. It's a very nice feeling. Makes me feel alive, makes me feel younger, makes me feel adventurous, and I love that feeling. I'm not afraid of presenting myself as an artist, even in places where everybody is super young. I just go for it, and I'm not afraid by the fact that I'm a woman, that my English is not good, or that I'm 52 years old. It's been an open space for me, and I'm very, very grateful of the doors that I was able to open here in Ottawa. I dream mostly with being able to keep doing it every year. So if I can keep doing it every year during the winter and be more noticed, let's say, and be called to do more stuff and keep working with these awesome guys that are calling me to work with them, I would be very happy.
Fascinating people surround us every day, at school, work, and our favorite coffee shop. But we rarely stop and talk with them. I sat down with one of the most recognizable faces at Carleton, even though most people don't know her name. Okay, Soko, thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, no problem. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you. I guess to begin, why do you do what you're doing?
Well, it's more of a passion. You know, I enjoy being around people. I enjoy being around students or people in general, you know, knowing that, you know, everybody has good and bad days and you can relate to them.
What's your story?
I've grown up in Ottawa, lived here all my life, and never moved and not planning to move anywhere. You know, I enjoy being in Ottawa. My favorite place is going downtown, having sushi with friends and just hanging out and just living life to the fullest because you never know when you're gonna go.
I noticed that you have this very calm and positive aura in you. Why is that?
Well, I grew up being very spiritual, you know, knowing that treat others the way you want to get treated. You know, karma will come back, and when it does, it's going to hit you. So you don't want that. You know, just do good in life. You know, being negative is not a good emotion. So when your positive things come, when you're positive. So just always think of the light.
You mentioned that you're of Cambodian descent.
Yes.
Are you in touch with your culture?
Oh, most absolutely. I grew up as a Buddhist, where the spirituality came from. My dad taught me a lot of things, my mom as well, and I always keep my faith, always have faith and believe.
How important is family for you?
Extremely important. I will always have their back. I love them, I care for them, you know. Having family and really close friends like family, it's the best thing because you know that they will always be there regardless whether you're happy or hurt, success, fail, they will always be there.
Do you love life?
I do. I live it to the fullest. I don't plan for the future. I just live day by day, take it baby steps at a time because plans are gonna always cancel on you, but if you take it day by day and go with the flow, then, you know, life would be so much easier.
What's next for you, Soko?
Graduation, I want to graduate and have a career, you know, with the company that I am with and grow and just do what I need to do because you live once.
How do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered as a hard worker, as a genuine individual that is, you know, not a drill sergeant, but get things done because I'm very motivated and, you know, just being a good person that I am.
Thank you so much for joining me today, Soko.
You're very welcome. Thank you for having me.
No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Kindness connects people around the world, from the corners of her city to countries across the ocean. Jackie Dutoy left her home in South Africa and came to Canada with a traveling circus. When the unthinkable happened, she thought all hope was lost. But with the power of words and human connection, she found her way.
Yeah, mama, way, yeah, 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 yeah. Once upon a time.
Storytelling is important because it makes the world go round. Storytelling is important because it connects us as human beings. And no matter where you come from, no matter what walk of life, there's a story inside of you.
I have to get... I'm sorry.
My name is Jackie Dutoy and I'm a storyteller. There was a traveling African circus that was on their way to Canada to perform here for a year. And I thought, wow, what a great opportunity. Let me go and learn Zulu dancing and learn to be an acrobat and travel Canada.
So long ago, in the sub-Sahara desert, there was a tiny village. And inside that tiny village lived a young prince and his best friend, Jabu.
It was interesting because with the circus, we signed contracts in Cape Town, but the conditions that we lived in was not what we signed up for. And that had such a impact on us as South African artists, because there was also Canadian artists, and not knowing what to do. And then the circus went bankrupt.
Jabu No matter what happened to him, no matter where he went, he always had a saying, "It is good."
Hey! One of the beautiful parts of going through that struggle with the circus and, you know, our paychecks not being given to, or like not the amount that we signed up for, and our living conditions, we still stuck together through this.
Go down to the river and pick up stones and skip the stones across the river and see who could skip the most.
When I first came here, Ottawa lacked almost like a how do you say, like an essence that was missing for artists of all different genres. I mean, nowadays you're not just an actress or just a DJ or a singer, you know, you also paint, you also do this. And where is there a hub to support that and the youth? And so I teamed up with Just Jamal, the poet, and with his brother Captain, and we created this space, the Origin Arts and Community Center, and it's been running for 2 years now. The art of storytelling, with bringing people together and sitting together and listening together to a story that has such an important message or a moral, can have such a huge impact. And everybody loves a story, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody loves a story. And everybody has a story
And
to
down
tell.
again, across the river, off down to the valley, up the hill, and down he went, across the river.
One of the workshops that I offer for the community is So What's Your Story? And it's had quite a big impact on so many people, because when you sit down and ask somebody, so what's your story? You'll be so surprised. And often the case is that there's so much similarities between the two of you, even though you come from two different walks of life.
And people would laugh at him and say, "Hey, Jabu, how's your day going?" And Jabu would look at them and say, "It is good."
I think storytelling is really important because it allows us to listen to one another. And because of that listening, we're able to connect. Sometimes people go through really, really hard times. When you hold on to a belief that it is good, I can guarantee you that there's gonna be good that's gonna come out of it, because you choosing to see it.
Therefore, my king, it is good.
Wow. Remarkable people like Jackie are what makes this city so great.
Yeah, those were some great pieces.
Well, that's it for this episode of the 25th Hour. We hope we inspired you to go out, explore, and meet more people in your community. I'm Hayley Kirsh.
I'm Jasmine Law. Be sure to tune into our next episode.
And I'm Marvin Joaquin. Thank you for joining us today. See you next time.